A mudslide swallows a village in the Philippines. 1,500 people are missing, feared dead. Many of the victims are children. A primary school was amongst the buildings engulfed. Search efforts have been hampered by the danger of more mudslides caused by torrential rain. We'll have the latest from the Philippines on the desperate attempts to rescue as many as possible. Also tonight, more pain on the way for gas users. British Gas puts prices up by nearly a quarter. Controversial paediatrician Sir Roy Meadow wins his appeal against being struck off. And Shelley Rudman celebrates winning silver, but her boyfriend just misses out on a bronze.
And in BBC London News, jailed for life for murdering a policeman, Gary Nelson is convicted 13 years after the crime. And Harold and Albert leave Shepherd's Bush as Steptoe and Son take to the West End stage.
Good evening. More than 1,500 people are missing tonight, many feared dead after a landslide buried a village in the Philippines. The mud slid down a mountain after 2 weeks of heavy rain and engulfed hundreds of houses and a school full of children in the village of Ginsaogon on the island of Leyte. A survivor said it sounded like the mountain exploded and the whole thing crumbled. Andrew Harding reports from Manila.
Somewhere beneath the mud, a whole village lies buried. Hundreds of families missing, an elementary school submerged beneath a vast carpet of earth. You can see where the avalanche came from. A rain-drenched mountainside simply detached itself without warning. The survivors make it sound like a volcanic eruption. It was around 10 this morning, he says. The top of the mountain just exploded, then suddenly collapsed.
So actually, may earthquake pa, nauna yung earthquake.
There was an earthquake, this man says. Then an explosion, and huge boulders started rolling down the mountainside.
Nasunod yung malaking mga bato.
Dwarfed by the scale of the disaster, a makeshift rescue operation begins. Locals using whatever tools they can find. But so far, only a handful of survivors have been brought out. This woman somehow plucked alive from beneath the mud. Her mouth and eyes still clogged. But where are the 100 visitors who'd come for a women's group meeting this morning? And what about the children from the local elementary school? Some 250 are believed to have been in their classes. No word on them so far. Only one young girl is dug out, barely alive, and rushed to safety. Fragile and still caked in mud.
We have been able to rescue only one child and one adult from the school area. The rescue operations have been hampered by the fact that even the rescuers' lives are endangered.
The mud is still treacherous here, and there have been more landslides. This isolated area is now hard to reach by land. More help is urgently needed and is now being promised.
Help is on the way. They will come from land, sea and air. Hopefully you'll soon be out of harm's way.
But the chances of finding many more survivors do not look good. Heavy rains triggered this disaster, but many here blame decades of illegal logging, which weakened the mountainsides that now entomb this village. Andrew Harding, BBC News, in the Philippines.